Okay.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back. Now, this is going to be a almost blind reaction conversation because I have an idea, and I should have brought my tinfoil hat. But it's in production. I'm working on version 2. If you've seen, have you seen it, Mike? If you go back to my first, I think it's my 4th video ever made, I do have a tinfoil hat.
Really? No,
It's a
I've not
Spartan
seen
hat.
that.
Yeah, because I was arguing about how my friend thinks the Earth is flat, so I was trying to tell him it's not. So
God.
to joke around, I put an actual Spartan foil hat on, and I finally agreed that the Earth was flat. So now I got to work on version 2. So we've talked a lot in our AI videos about how the government is actually going to be slow. They're just kind of like the last to know anything because they're old, they're boomers. We talked about them being dinosaurs, but I was actually driving the other day, and somebody said something that kind of made it click. I think they already know everything. I think their chips are already in order, and I think they're downplaying AI. Because
Really?
every time something comes out, they really are downplaying the risks of it. Even Powell came out and said it's a longer term play. First of all, what do you even know about already? Why did you even hint at that? And is it like if it gets brought up in the government, it's not here yet. It's a longer term play as it's slowly being talked about everywhere else. Kind of like that movie, the Netflix movie, Don't Look Up. Did you watch that one?
No, I've not seen it.
Oh gosh, it's 100% how our government is because there's an asteroid headed towards Earth, and you can see it with the naked eye. The government's telling you it's going to pass right by. Everyone else saying this thing's going to crash right into us. And so it's basically the government saying, "Don't look up. This is a bunch of fear mongering. We got this figured out," but they know the whole time that it's coming in hot. I kind of want to say I don't know how much I have to back this yet, but I wanted to get just your blind reaction on it because I think they know. I think they have the stocks already in play. I think all of that's there, and they're trying to downplay it because they know how big it would be. I mean, this would be like aliens. If you believe aliens are real, why would they cover up so much of that? It's because they think we just can't handle it yet. Who knows the various reasons.
Yeah.
But if AI is as big as we think it is, I think that could be a legitimate concern, and the government probably already does know about it. And how would the government not know about it? Think of military contracts and how big our military is. All we are is military. We have a couple farms in the United States, and we have a lot of nuclear plants. like we have. I live next to a nuclear site. Not nuclear power, but they store the nukes underneath the ground. You can't jump over the fence because they come at you with 4-wheelers. It's fast. So you don't want to do that. It's electric now, by the way. So don't touch it. But how is it in so many military applications and the government just doesn't know about it? I think they are 100% knowing this is coming in, and they're trying to downplay it just to kind of ease it into us.
So I've always said that I believe there's agencies within the government that know stuff, and they know kind of what's coming and how to prepare for it.
Mm-hmm.
I still think the majority of elected officials have no clue. But with that said, with what you just said, there probably are a few individuals who are kind of keyed in because they get the briefs. Maybe they all are. I don't know, but I see the caliber of person that we have in Congress and in the Senate, and they're just not all there. They're just lacking leadership, lacking intelligence, and I just wonder how they would even read something and understand what's coming.
Yeah, I'm with you. I always think I guess to paint that picture, Biden asks about AI, and someone's like, "Hey, if anybody asks you about it, just say it's a longer term play. It's nothing to worry about." And that's just kind of like all the information they're given. Hey, don't worry about it. We got it handled. You let us do the thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay, so from what you're hearing from any government official, do you think they are just I guess not intelligent, not knowing, or downplaying? Because both of them are going to sound the same. Which one do you think is more likely to play right now? When Powell says it's a longer term play.
Someone like Powell, I think he's in the know.
Okay. You think he's downplaying it?
I think he's downplaying it. Someone like who did I just see on the news the other
Biden
Tuberville. Tuberville.
struggling with some staircases. Oh, never mind. What?
Tommy Tuberville, I guess he's from, I don't know, Mississippi or Alabama or something. Anyway,
Mhm.
he's definitely not he's not clued in on anything. So
Okay, so just depends.
yeah, I think it just depends on who you're talking about.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm very curious, and I wanted to make just this quick video just to kind of get it out there because I love saying "I told you so" later. Not
You know,
all the time, but
you could be right. I tend not to go down conspiracy theory, rabbit holes.
but
I kind
is
of
this really?
I go by what's on face value, right? I'm pretty much a face value person.
Yeah.
So going on face value, I don't think very many people are.
The best meme I saw though, and this is gonna relate right here. What's the difference between a conspiracy theory and fact?
Proof.
About 6 months. was what was the meme I saw, and I think that fits so well right here because like I do. It's just the way Palantir's using it, the way our military is using AI. I mean, Biden can connect these two dots on his
Oh,
worst day.
our
Like,
our military is in the know for sure.
yeah, but
100%.
how do you not just take that from a military application to public life, like, and just all the other applications?
So here's one thing I have learned a
Mhm,
lot about government is that the agencies who actually are in the know
mhm.
don't necessarily share all the information with the people who are actually running government.
Oh, yeah.
So, and that's why I said I'm 100% convinced that certain agencies absolutely know what's available, where it's going, and how to prepare for it.
Mhm.
What, while at the same time, there are people who are actually making decisions who have no clue. Like,
Yeah. Oh, man. So how do you think this plays out? Do you think the government plays stupid the whole time, or do you think that we ever get a heads up from them? Or do they just play stupid and play the catch up role? Here's some stimulus checks, kind of like the Rona. Because if you really want to jump into the weeds, the people that say the Rona was staged, or anything like that, there are people out there that could have been the biggest trial run in history of send everybody home because there's no jobs. You know, now that I agree would be conspiracy theory, but we did just have the biggest trial run of all for the closest thing we would get to everybody's at home because nobody's working kind of thing was the Rona compared to what we think. Just think of what we think or is going to happen with robots and AI. That basically was what we went through with Rona. Everybody's sitting at home.
I mean, I have to go on action from what I see.
Mhm.
And the actions that I see is that the government is usually behind the 8 ball. They they're always they're always reacting to stuff rather
Mhm.
than leading and getting in front of it.
Right.
Um, so that's where I would come from. Just history would
It's
I
not
have to go
changing here.
I have to go based on history and what I've seen.
Okay. So poor food lines. Here comes the stimulus check.
Yeah, yeah. I think this will hit, and then people will demand change, and that's when
Mhm.
things will start to happen.
Now, let's put it here because we need to make a whole video about it. But I finally found the one job that I don't think gets replaced by a robot. Have you thought
Nope.
about any yet?
No.
Okay. Because some of the popular ones, if you were in the chat earlier, because I had said this in the main chat, stocks chat, not the AI chat.
Okay.
I had said I found it, and I listed mine, and I got followed up with a chiropractor. He says, "No way is an android popping my back." But I can kind of see that being replaced, maybe not by a humanoid robot, but maybe by a bed you lay on that can get you just right without putting your body through the stresses. Maybe a chiropractor could. I can see a better way of doing it,
Yeah.
which could probably put it out. And then the second one was therapist or psychiatrist, and
No.
I still think that one's gonna get replaced because there's a lot of bias with therapists.
So
and psychiatries.
they've already got they've already got models that um, AI chatbots basically who act as therapists are already better than human therapists. So they're toast
Okay.
along with all pretty much all doctors.
Okay. Now, here's the one thing that will not be replaced.
Okay,
You ready?
I'm waiting. Lay
It's
it on me.
a barber.
Ooh, ooh,
Because yeah, you're getting your hair cut, but it's also the experience. And I was
yeah,
thinking about this, 'cause I just got my hair cut, and I was like, I wouldn't want a robot doing this. We talked about random stuff. I guess I could with AI, but the experience itself, like there's the surgeon robots that were they peeled the skin of a grape off, pulled the seed out, and put the skin back on. Yeah, to show off how delicate it could do as far as surgery goes, how precise a surgery could be with a robot. So I don't think it's going to just slice my throat or anything like that. I think they would probably do an awesome job cutting my hair. But I would probably have an AI robot cut my hair, like line me up in the morning. But no way would I want like I'm late for work kind of thing. Like I think the barber is gonna be safe. I think on that same note, because you always talk to your barber and your bartender, but I can see a bartender getting replaced pretty quickly.
yeah. So, and when we talk about this, when we talk about this, I think there's a lot of jobs that can be replaced that probably will not be, and
Mhm.
maybe something like a bartender or a barber, like you're talking about,
Yeah.
probably could be, but just
Mhm.
because people want that human interaction, they won't be.
Yeah. I think, it reminds me of the movie. Did you ever see, Passengers?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because the bartender on there, he did a good job. He would make all the drinks, and all your drinks are gonna be mixed perfect. I can see that on a higher end bar, not club atmosphere or loud music.
We could just have a bar. You could have a mechanical bartender just making the drinks, and then just passing it over to the human to actually pass it out and converse with
Yeah.
the
Is that
patrons.
like the bar hand or something like that?
Yeah,
I think that's what it's called.
yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to make $3 an hour on that because your job is to pick it up from the machine and hand it to the other guy. You just
I mean,
pivot and swing it 2 feet. Can you
you know,
imagine messing that up? You had
I mean,
2 feet to carry that drink.
we're stretching, right? I mean, because it really, for
Mhm.
me, it really is hard to see who could not be replaced. I personally, when doctors are fully replaced, I want a robot performing any kind of surgery on me.
You do?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. The
yeah.
only thing
They're
I want is I guess what I have to see the robotics. But what happens, maybe because I've watched a little too much Grey's Anatomy or whatever the doctor shows are. You're doing a surgery, boom, all of a sudden an artery's nicked and you're just squirting blood across the table. Like, does a robot handle that, or is like a human in there to
that's
sponge
the
me up
thing.
real quick?
The robot wouldn't make a mistake and nick an artery.
Well, the funny thing is, I'm built different. So, and I found this out with one of my last surgeries. My nerves are in a different spot. So, if I had a normal surgery, the route they would have taken, it actually would have cut the nerves in my neck,
Oh jeez.
and I wouldn't have had a voice anymore. Talk about getting rid of the mentorship real quick.
Wow.
Like, and they found that through another test they were doing for something else that my nerves don't run in the normal area. They called
Okay.
me an anomaly. So,
But a test found that out.
a test for something else.
A
So
test for something
it was
else.
a coincidence we found this, but also thank God we did kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Th-
I guess an AI maybe or a robot might be able to just scan for everything, but we need better tools on that. I was just curious as far as surgery goes. I think the human oversight, maybe for a little bit, the
I'm
first
gonna have to I'm gonna have to spend some time on this and try to really think of something that cannot be replaced by AI or a humanoid robot. One of the two.
I guess can't and probably won't is two very different.
Yeah.
Because name something. What in the world could a human do that a robot couldn't do? We have the right actuators, the fingers. We have everything. We can contort. I mean, robots can they can spin a 360 degrees just on their hips.
Yeah.
There's going to be nothing that a robot can't do that a human can. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Maybe that's the question for this video.
Okay.
Lay out there for us what you think a robot can't do, and we'll try to figure that out.
Okay. Oh yeah. So we'll make this one quick because we started off with the government. So two questions. Do you think the government knows and they're downplaying it, or are you kind of mixed, kind of like kind of like Mike and I were? Of some do, some aren't. There's some are, some aren't. And then what jobs and be put some thought into this. What jobs can't be replaced by a robot? Not because you're not comfortable with it, because you just don't know, you haven't seen it yet. Imagine, just let your imagination go crazy. A robot is doing it. Would you go to that robot? Because I guess, like I was saying, I think a robot could be a barber. I think it could be pretty easy.
Yeah.
It's just something personally I would rather just go to the human, and it's not even not a money thing. It's literally nothing, like let's hang out while you cut my hair, because that's usually the experience. Okay,
In-
so
in-
I got more thinking to do.
Interesting thought, though. You and I would probably prefer a human to cut our hair. If you're a younger generation, would you care? Because I look at my niece and people who are younger than me, and they're
Mhm.
always on their phone. And they actually don't like human interaction, which is kind of
Oh, I
strange.
know. Yeah,
So,
they
like, they
passed
might
out. Someone
prefer
calls them.
they might prefer to deal with a robot rather than humans, which is
Good. My barber
strange.
just opened up. Then my barber's got time. I have enough money to fill in, so we're good.
So,
Oh yeah, younger generation. Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one, because can you imagine if the younger generation had to go out on their bike, ride 4 houses down, and knock on the door just to see if your friend was there?
oh my god, it would never
Yeah,
happen.
yeah, they would never hang out with anybody.
No, no.
That'd be it. The sun might burn them. They'd probably pass out when somebody else opens the door. Are you the dad? Yeah, they just fall down the stairs. A bunch of weenies growing up these days have no idea. Now that I've offended everyone in the younger crew. All right. We'll wrap that one up there. Answer those 2 questions. Do you think the government knows and is downplaying? And what job cannot be replaced by an AI or robot? And we will see you all in the next video. Make sure to subscribe, do all the cool stuff, like, share it. We'll see you in the next one. You're just not even gonna say goodbye, huh? Just gonna sit there and
I don't have a catchphrase yet.
how about goodbye? See you in the next one.
See you.
Are you just gonna a mime? Put your hands on the glass. Make a glass wall. Let's mime it up.
Dork.
All right, I'm gonna say goodbye for Mike. The
All right.
mute.
Bye.
Bye. Look at you, did so good.